Now, President Trump, let's bring it back here, has big problems brewing in New York. The Attorney General's office there taking first steps towards seizing his assets, his property. Trump has until Monday to come up with nearly $500 million in his fraud judgment. And New York Attorney General Letitia James has already started laying the groundwork to take his golf resort and private estate just outside of Manhattan in case he doesn't meet that deadline. Joining us now is Dre Clark. Dre, we're in really uncharted territory here. What other properties could be on the chopping block for him?
Well, Markie, good morning. First, we know that Trump Tower here behind me on Fifth Avenue and another Trump-owned property down on Wall Street. These are properties we know are possible seizures. But now we've learned that New York Attorney General Letitia James is filing judgments in towns and cities outside Manhattan, places where the former president owns massive multi-million-dollar properties. For example, in nearby Westchester County, just north of the city, the former president owns a very popular golf resort as well as a palatial private family estate. These are the properties that we now know it looks as if the Attorney General may be going after. And she's filing these judgments because it gives her whatever property she wants to go after if the former president can't post that $464 million bond by Monday. Now, the former president was initially given that $464 million penalty after a judge determined Mr. Trump, his two sons, Don Jr. and Eric, committed fraud by providing false information to banks when applying for loans. His bond amount has since ballooned because of anticipated interest. And even though Mr. Trump once said his personal net worth exceeds $10 billion, this week his attorney said in a court filing it is impossible for him to secure the money needed to pay the bond because he doesn't have the cash to cover the large, unattainable judgment. Also saying in that filing that at least 30 surety companies turned the former president down to back his nearly $500 million bond. Now, Mr. Trump asked an appeals court to reduce the bond to $100 million, but the court denied his request. Meanwhile, on Truth Social, Mr. Trump said this about Judge Arthur Engoron, who's making him pay that massive judgment. He says he gave us a demand, which he knows is impossible to do. This witch hunt between a bad judge and a corrupt and racist attorney general is horrible for New York. Now, the former president does believe that ultimately he will win this case on appeal. But in the meantime, he is on the hook for that $464 million. He has to have that money in place by Monday, or else the attorney general can begin the process of seizing his properties or even taking control over his bank accounts. And Markie, all indications is that Letitia James is ready to move the moment she finds out that the former president cannot or will not post that $464 million bond.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.